Stuff jumping
He's
in.
pretty far. He's pretty close.
More stuff jumping in, by the way.
To getting out of point range.
Can you warp?
Yeah. No. If I could get a micro clutch like that.
The Cinnaball's gonna come right through me. But the...
I'm warping. Can you warp? Can you warp?
Oh my god.
Nah, they caught me.
Oh shit.
Well, I'm gonna die now.
I'm an idiot. I didn't know where I was aligned to, so I didn't know where to warp to. I think I'm gonna make it out though.
They would have caught me. So get to the out gate. Get that warp disruptor home.
I made it. See ya. Oh, you exploded right as I warped.
Sweet.
Funny. Like I spun my camera around and you went pop. Man, I might. I'm tempted to log out here. I'm worried if I try and run another gate that it's not going to work out.
Probably. They might be like looting me for a minute.
Yeah, I'm going to try it, but probably a bad idea. I warped super random direction, so maybe they'll... Hugin's on this gate, looks like. But, like, he doesn't have a point, right? Or,
he doesn't seem to. He never pointed me.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump. It's probably a bad idea, but... I should probably just align and warp off this gate, and if he aggro's, jump then. But...
You don't have much time before everything else lands. So.
I just don't know what I'm running for. They're gonna be faster than me either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I might as well just safe up.
Yeah, you probably should.
Hey, he's not going to tackle me. I'm clear of this gate. I'm just going to safe up.
Okay.
Actually, nothing's chased me so far. Nothing new in local.
Maybe just keep moving then.
Now they're coming, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna go to another gate. I probably shouldn't. The Hugin either jumped to my next system or gave up. Nice, I'm clear in another empty system.
Sweet, dude.
Woo.
But now getting out might...
Yeah, now I'm just gonna die in curse, but that's fine.
Yeah, right.
Alright, couple ads, guys. Be right back.
But still. That was crazy.
Yeah, I can't believe how much we killed. It's like luckiest day ever.
What was it? Hurricane, Phantasm, Drake, Ashen.
Yeah. Killed 4 ships.
I was just the only... Nice, yeah, lost one. I think the only thing that was annoying was that I feel like I was jammed half the fight for a while.
It's nice to have 2 people for that reason.
Yeah, exactly. You were like doing damage. So good to have it. Also, I was like capped out at one point, but oh well. What can you do?
Yeah, I like the discussion going on in stream chat right now, like about whether or not Eve is a skill-intensive game and how, like where the skill cap is at compared to other games with Eve. It's a pretty complicated topic, but I think it's hard for people that are just picking up the stream. Like, it's always going to be hard to tell where skill actually comes into play because there's like so many different levels that skill influences in Eve, and a lot of them aren't very obvious. They're very subtle. And they're more like decision-making ability rather than twitch skill like you would see in an RTS or something. So it's just hard to identify where skill is making a big difference. But you would probably agree with me, that like sure. The skill cap is insanely high. Like it always.
Yeah, I think it's.
There's always room.
Really, really high
to get better. But yeah, I guess it's hard to. Kind of hard to explain that to someone who's seeing it for the first time. But yeah, I guess a good indication should be, I don't know if we can credit it to our skill Kovorix, but we just used like 100 mil and 2 people to fight a gang that used like probably 1.5 billion ISK and 8 people. And
something like that, yeah.
Came out on top by quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I think, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's kind of it's also the fact that we were like in a Drake and a Ferox, that they were, I don't know, they engaged us in kind of an awkward spot.
Yeah. But thanks everyone who's watching today. I hope you're satisfied with the content today. It's pretty satisfying for me. I don't usually expect to kill quite so much with so little frustrating experiences. So few frustrating experiences. Today's been pretty sweet though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy is talking about, it's like someone who hasn't played Eve, and he's read a lot about Eve and saying that a lot of the gameplay happens outside the game. Do you agree with that at all?
What do you mean outside the game? Like metagame kind of? That's what he's talking about?
I mean, it's hard to say exactly what he's talking about. But yeah, I mean, that could account for like spreadsheets and metagaming, like spying type stuff. I don't really know which exactly he's talking about.
Yeah. But well, yeah, I mean, it depends on what what we do. There's not, I mean, some stuff goes on before the fight happens, like fitting and skills and stuff. But most of probably what we do is not outside the game, and it's not. But I imagine that probably most people who play the game experience all kinds of stuff like that. Like in a big 0-0 alliance, you probably have lots of, like, intel is really important and spying.
Right.
We don't really give a shit about intel, do we?
No. We don't even know what a grab site is.
No, we don't. That's how big of noobs we are.
No, we.
Yeah, I'd say we're on the small, the lowest level of like that, but we're really focused on like what actually happens in a fight, like contained in a fight.
Right. But I also feel like that's a really viable way to play the game. I feel like it's kind of always been underappreciated in a way that people think that you have to do all this. You know, people look at even small gang fighting, and think about planning and traps and like extensive theory crafting for setups and all this stuff that's peripheral. And I always feel like they sort of undervalue like good understanding of combat mechanics and just like how to actually have a fight. I feel like that's always been sort of underappreciated generally in the PvP community.
Yeah, for sure. Because it doesn't matter to most people.
Yeah.
When you're on a big enough scale.
Right.
I think I got to run.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you could make it. Hope we finished off your video there.
Yeah, I think actually 2 fights. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which will lend itself to a whole Ferox section.
Perfect.
But yeah, awesome. Totally awesome. Yeah, it was awesome fight. And thanks for watching, everyone, I guess.
And hey, Kovorix, if anybody's watching who doesn't know, Kovorix and I do a podcast on small scale PvP called Bringing Solo Back, which you can find on the eForums or on iTunes. And we're going to do a new episode this weekend, right, Kovorix?
That's right, we are.
All right, man. Talk to you later.
All right, yeah, see ya.
Alright guys, I'm going to be kind of winding down. If anyone has questions about this realm or about PvP in general or about the stream, now would be a good time. I'll try to watch chat for a bit. Now I'm just leaving the stream up basically so you can see whether or not I make it out of Curse, which I probably won't. But I thought that might be worth seeing since it's kind of been an epic journey today. But then once I get back to high sec, I'll call it off. So if you guys want me to talk about anything particularly while I try and make my way out of 0-0 here, let me know in stream chat, and I'll try to cover some of that stuff before we finish. Since it'll take a second for the delay for you guys to see that, I'm going to go ahead and run another ad right now. And as someone else reminded me, make sure to hit the follow button. A lot of people have, asked me when I'll be streaming or how they can find out when I'm streaming, and the best way is really just to hit the follow button unowned. You might have to make an account, but that's really not a big deal. It just attaches an email so that they'll send you an email when I go live, and that way you'll know. So definitely do that. And while I'm doing plugs, check out, if you are an EVE player, check out Somerblink. They support me and Kovorix for the podcast and now for the stream, as well as a bunch of other things like supporting RVB. So they run an EVE lottery service. It's extremely trustworthy, and it's a lot of fun. So just you can find the link to them actually in the podcast thread for me on Evo. I'm sure if you Google Somerblink, you'll end up in the right place. But check them out. They do a lot for us. Hello, Tornado. Make sure to get your invulns on before the RD Tornado hits you, because they hit pretty hard. So someone asked if there's camps that are so solid they're not worth trying to break, and yes, they're actually, there absolutely are compositions you really don't want to mess with. It kind of comes down to knowing what your gang or your ship can handle, and then just avoiding stuff that is wrong. So for me and Kovorix, if there was a point earlier where we were running... Oh, I'm dead. Well, maybe not. Probably, though. I really need my warriors that I lost earlier. Probably should have been a little more careful here, but what are you going to do? I actually might get out of here if I'm lucky. Spamming warp because my newt could turn off his come on, ship. Wow. That's too bad. Stupid tornado. Well, almost made it. The one problem with the ham drake is the hams are really crap against frigs, so it takes me a while to kill frigs if all I have is the missiles, and the warriors usually help me with that, but I lost them earlier in one of the fights, so I didn't have them around. But that's alright, I almost got out anyway. That's funny, that new buff Tormentor is the thing that held me down. So I'm going to go back and let these guys pod me to save me the trip in my pod. So that ended up distracting me from questions. Always feel free to send me in-game mails if you have PvP questions. I always like trying to help out with that kind of thing. And it also helps me come up with topics to talk about on stream and on podcasts, so it's helpful for me too. I almost made it away from that camp, it's too bad. Of course, this sort of bubble is easily avoidable if I just warp to, well, this one's in kind of a weird spot. Warping to like these celestials over here first and then to the gate would have saved me warping into that bubble, but I usually am not too paranoid unless I have good reason to be. The tornado was a bit of a hint on the other gate, but I don't know. I don't like feel bad about that or anything. Anyway, I'm gonna run a couple more ads and then I'm going to close the stream for today. It's been about 5 hours and it's been a lot of fun. Thanks all of you for watching. Hit the follow button to make sure you know when I'm live next time, and that's when I'll see you. Take it easy.